So, if you don't speak Hanoi, Hanoy, here's what happens. There's layers of things. One is your socio-political, economic bullshit needs that really fucking annoy me. Because they seem to take precedence over doing the correct thing. And then you argue and insist and plead for your lives, and it's really ridiculous. Because we tell you while you're alive, then you die, and you stand before judgment. I tell you the acts of contrition and what you've taken against me and my family, and the main objective of being alive on the planet, which was already calculated during your action you took while you were alive. I don't judge you in the afterlife. I just read you acts of contrition. All of the acts and steps you took that deterred you from moving on to something better. Which is where, when I truncate the word deterred, we get TURD. T-U-R-D. Like shit. Your excrement that you accumulated in action over your lifetime added up to TURDS, T-U-R-D-S, that now pass on to the next generation. All areas, stupid, useless fucking human. So, in more important areas of godly things, we keep an eye on all of your stupid behavior and your dangerous patterns. When the Parthenon in Greece, Partheon, was desecrated, Descreat, I was looking forward to coming back as human. When somebody took the, how they do it from my standpoint, from my vantage, looking at human is different than what you can cognitively understand. But they took direct action against my Parthenon, which is where I held my Helen, and I mean, it's Von Hella, but then in Helen of Troy, or Helen of Sparta, I don't know which, whatever you're going off of, in Greece. And then I said, no, I have to go do my devilish deed work in Rome, where the real criminal court is, I said, in private planetary things. So I will be going towards the Colosseum for a while, but after I get briefed, I will bring you back the information to then Parthenon in the ways of the ancients, and then you go on your merry way with the Roman license to travel and, you know, go visit your holy land elsewhere, between a motherland and a fatherland and sacred. And that's how we watched and guarded over the planet. When Niklaus and I were watching Scope, and this new reality was being built, the Parthenon got desecrated, Rome got desecrated. Thank God the Catholics in the Vatican stood, and still. Greece, I have no idea. I can't get any information in America that's useful or real. But I have seen the remnants of what was my ancient Greece and my ancient Rome. The work that I did as Von Hella, as I just came out of hell, which is Rome. Not that Rome itself was hell, just that that's where I would say that I, in ancient speak, in planetary meetings, I mean, we don't go down to like usually street level, but here we are in the real hell. But in Rome, I would go into the major Heliopolis, and it would be very congested and crowded, which is why, right, there were other tunnel methods underneath the ground to move things, so it was less whatever. public. And so that's how we would meet and group and plan things. And then I would go back to meet with the Grecians, or at least that's what I called them, for business movement and the holy men for Holy Land things in respectable head of households from multiple nations. Everybody got a seat at that table in white, non-facially disfigured. And then they had their lines and branches of kingdom, whatever, that then they went out and did things. So here's the problem. I don't let people travel on water because there's sand in water. I don't let people travel and bring equipment over land because there's a desert on either hemisphere. I don't let the words travel because then I have criminals that find out and will do anything to travel to get an operation built that grows and interferes with everything growing safely for the guardianship. We matter as gods and guardian over the planet because it's our terrarium. We know all of the knowledge of the ancients and the current idiots. And your genetics are like, I call it an easy bake oven. I mean, that's the only way I could think of it. Easy, BAKEOVEN. It's like I open up the door, I look in, and I'm like, oh, nope, not ready, I'm not coming back yet. Call me when you're, like, fixed with, maybe I'll have a public appearance. No thanks. You humans are not worth it. I don't like what you've built. But then you need things, so then we have to come. And then I call the people, the throwaway genetics, I call you Shrinkee dinks, SHREE, SHRINKEEDINK. I don't know. I mean, that's what you are. You're here today, you'll be gone tomorrow, and you leave me all your turds like an animal. I mean, animals die, what, every 7 years? Yeah, that's kind of like a human to a centurion. I mean, it's you're here, you're either useful and go about putting things back in order, or you're just as easily like a fish that terrorizes all the other fish. You're just as easily removable. This is the way that we run things at Centurion level and King level. I don't understand why the management of, like, I don't know, Kingsguard Beyond, which is KGB, the CIA, what are the Shrinky dinks do we got? We got the BBI, we got an SAS. Any more of you hanging out around the world? I don't know. Then I got my Vatican. I got something in Greece. I don't even know what they're called these days. And acronyms that don't really matter. I know Israel thinks they got something great going on over there. I couldn't tell you. I haven't met any of them. And nobody's been successful in getting me to Mr. Ascot, ASCOT, which is Niklaus. You gave me the fucking Scooby-Doo, like the dumb guy from Scooby-Doo. Who's like, I don't know, Scooby! Oh, I'm a fucking centurion, you assholes, and you give me a shrinky-dink human. 2 of them, no less. I mean, it's like all area fucking stupid. And then you expect shit. And then you take shit out on me like Black Sabbath shit, which is the sabbatical. Yeah, I'll buy a sabbatical on that one. Let's make her vehicle not work now that I have the parts numbers from the CIA. That's not going to help anyone, stupid shrinky dink. In fact, that just punishes a different group that then gets mad and then wants to punish me even further. And I know you don't really give a shit, but those are the shrinky dinks I want fucking taken out. So this way my life fucking improves like that, and I can do what I was actually built and designed and born for. Like centuries in the making. Not just like I arrived out of the easy bake oven like shrinky dink wrapped in like, maybe this is gonna work, maybe it won't. I don't know. It depends on how they wound up the toys, the little toy soldiers, and put them out. I mean, and not even like the military men. I'm talking about the idiots in political and corporate territory. Like the ones that are like, maybe I'll get off the golf, like Donald. Like, maybe I'll get off the golf course today. I don't know. Tea looks good. The sun's up. I don't know. Yeah, well, when you get around to it, assholes, and you're enjoying the fucking terrarium that you all broke, could you get around to getting the one guy that matters, happens to be a god, happens to be a centurion, happens to be really fucking important, but I know it's too much fucking work for anybody around the world to do a fucking thing and lift a finger to get my life and his life right. But that's okay, because it will just affect you that much more dangerously now and in your afterlife. So when Portland, Oregon is being totally desecrated because we love to beat up on the stupid assholes that don't like the Fed, they don't like the military, but they don't like to be violent, but they're stupid as all fucking hell, and they don't know what to do, and they cry, Goddess Nyx a river in the afterlife. Yeah, well, I can't fucking help your day, people, because you already broke my Parthenon and my Rome system, and now my new self is being born into you don't like the feds, you don't like the military, you don't like being told what to do, you don't like to keep the criminals out, you don't like to keep the neighborhoods clean and community. You don't like to work together. You don't work with the Congress. Is there anything that you humans actually fucking do? I'm just curious. Because you seem to be like a lot of fucking work, a big fucking complainer, and I don't really give a shit. So, like, I was willing to help you out, but now that you fucked my life up so bad, I'm thinking, you know what? We'll retract the military. We'll stop the police. We'll stop the banking and funding of your shitty-ass operation, since you don't want to fucking listen to a word that God says and God needs to keep the whole Kit Kat and caboodle working. Good, so let's just ignore all the children around the world. And can I have my Nicholas now? Because I was done with Scooby-Doo shit, like, before I was even fucking born. And none of you know what the fuck day it is, week it is, whose planet it is, who runs shit. I mean, there's a force behind nature. There's a force behind all of the movements. Oh my God, yeah, there is. How does that work? It's called God. It's called, and at the tippy top of the God tree, right, the job qualification, right, there's a centurion, there's two of them, one male, one female. Anatomically, their height's different, but facially they look like twins. And they only affinity, which means they only love one another. It is like the easiest fucking system to see whose side they work on. Each other. They'll deal with humans, but they want each other. And they don't deal with humans to get to one another, so hurry the fuck up, because bullets do work faster. All areas, stupid, useless fucking human.